Hi everybody, it's Jay Lamb and Nick Pond. We're here at LeMons HQ and we have just returned from Thunderhill Raceway Park for the Vodden the hell are we doing? Which I got to explain. So, CEO and president of Thunderhill Raceway Park, David Vodden. He's a great guy, but David's a bit of a PA enthusiast.
We thought we'd ask him a little bit about his background.
Now, Thunderhill is within driving distance of LeMons HQ, and therefore, every once in a while, we get a chance to hop in the car and see what this LeMons racing is all about. So I drove the Ecurri Alfa Romeo Spider, and well, here's what I thought of it. I don't know why anybody does that. Driving this race is but terrible. There's people coming at you from this way, the front, people gaining on you faster from the front than the back. It's awful.
His career has pinnacled with the naming of this event sort of indirectly after
freaking a million degrees in there.
Name.
So it wasn't all terrible. There were some hella sweet cars at this event. There was the M-Arc II.
Hell.
There was the Monty Python Holy Grail Volkswagen. The Murder, She Wrote Volvo wagon. There was a Scion XB toaster that was fabulous. There were these dudes who run a BMW shop, and instead of being E30 douchebags, they said, no, we're going to run a Vega. That was fabulous.
Hella sweet.
There's the Crisco-powered Corvette, and then there was the Hella Swede.
And by now, you should know that we don't care about the winners, and here they are.
Yeah.
So, David, can you tell us, what do you think about having this race named after you, Vodden the Hell? Well, actually, it's one of the greatest honors I've ever achieved in the world of motorsports.
Heroic fix we care about. This was Team Miami Vice. They brought a BMW 850 derelict and abandoned for many years. Now, the whole internet goes a Twitter with something like this, and they say,
this car's gonna dominate!
So not what happens. These things are super expensive. They're impossible to fix. They're about 8 million pounds. They're super complicated, and there's a reason that they were abandoned 2 years ago at the mechanic shop. They're just butt terrible.
But those guys, they did a motor swap, which is 24 cylinders moving this way and that, and they got back on track, albeit briefly, but good enough to win the heroic.
That was heroic. Now, what was really cool...
It's something you can do. I don't care where you're from, where you live, or what you do for a living, you can be out on the track.
Now, the I Got Screwed award went to the Bavarian Ranchero. Now, these guys do have an E30, but it's got a Ford Ranchero body kit on it. Awesome. And they've never really done that well as far as the standings. This time they were in the top 10 up until about an hour from the checkered flag when the thing totally blew up into a million pieces. They got screwed.
Yeah. Now, on the subject of blowing up into a million pieces, there was the F-Body Challenge at this race. This wasn't even our idea. All the guys with F-Bodies, they got together because they knew they were never going to win anything because they're what? But terrible. So they pooled all their money. They bet which F-Body is going to do the best. That's going to take home all the marbles. That was 666, I Wanna Rock, the fastest F-Body of the field, and it was still just...
Next event, all you got to do is all you got to do is buy a car.
Judge's choice for this race went to the Hot Dogs and their Chrysler Conquest / Mitsubishi Starion. Now, not a week before this race, Judge Phil, had written a piece for Car and Driver talking about how the Mitsubishi Starion is the worst choice to run in a LeMons race.
He wasn't entirely wrong.
I still don't think he's wrong.
Yeah.
However, this particular time, these guys showed up, the car was fast, it finished in the top 10, so Phil figured, hey, you guys, you deserve my recognition, Judge's choice.
Yeah. The organizer's choice. On the subject of deserving recognition, E equals MC Hammered. These guys came to me at a previous race. They said, if we take a mill Jeep and put a better motor in it, like, are you going to punish them? No. You take a mill Jeep, you can do whatever you want. My mistake. They built a hell of a super duper hot rod in this thing. It looked awesome.
That has a limited life, and go ahead and follow the rules to prepare it for safety.
Org choice 45. It was great.
The index of effluency for this race went to Licensed Ill and their Chevy S10. Now, this is an old project truck that they had drug out of the forest. And instead of worrying about things like the line and hit the apex, these guys worried about putting several hundred pounds of stereo gear and subwoofers into the bed of their Chevy S10. Now, you can hear this thing in the tower, you can hear it in the paddock, you can hear it down the street at the Walmart. And, you know, the car is not that fast, and yeah, they're just out there for show, right? Wrong! They finished in the top 20. They beat all of those guys that are worried about the line and the apex. And the whole time they were listening to booming beats. So, well-deserved index of effluency to License to Ill.
Yeah, that was great. Now, what was really weird about this is...
I was, needless to say, surprised, pleased, laughed a lot, and honored to find out that Jay Lamb and his craziness had found a way to place the name and the title of an event where it said, Vodden the hell are we doing? So, of course, being able to do the dialect, it's Vodden the hell. But anyway, we thank Jay Lamb for this honor. We've been doing this a long time in motorsports, from the Ascot days to the Baylands days, and now for the entire lifespan of Thunderhill Park. So we want to thank Jay Lamb.
Here's Lemons in a nutshell.
See, it's done.